Welcome to Low Content Saturday. Now today we're going to be going over how to create the cover for the ebook that we created last week. We created the interior for a weekly planner, 60-page weekly planner. So today we're going to be creating the cover on how to do that. So this is going to be part 2 of that particular one. Now remembering, I'm going to be turning this into a mini course, and I will leave a link for that in the playlist. And this playlist will be specifically for low content as a course. Alright, now let's get into it. If you like this type of content, please remember to consider smashing the like button, as well as subscribing and also hitting the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Alright, let's do this. So here we are at the Amazon KDP cover creator. Now, this is actually going to be a calculator that helps us to be able to work out the sizing and so forth of the book that we want to be able to create. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the binding type, the interior type, the paper type, reading direction, measurement units, interior trim size, as well as the page count. So let's go and have a quick look at this. We're going to be looking at the binding type. Now the binding type is going to be paperback, and the interior type. Now let's have a look here. You got black and white, premium color, or standard color. Well, let's just go for standard color, because there will be some color involved. Then you got here paper type. You got white paper, so we're just going to go white paper with that. Reading direction is going to be from left to right. Then we got the page measurement units. So we got here in inches. We want to keep it in inches in this particular case. We got trim size. So let's go here. In this particular case, we're going to be doing 6x9. And the amount of pages we're going to be doing is 60. Once we finish doing all that, we can now hit calculate, and it'll bring us up this little 𝗕𝗵𝗍𝗂𝗀𝗃. Now, to avoid all of this issues, let's just go down here and let's then go and download the template. You go there, and what that'll do is it'll allow us to be able to download it. I'm going to change this. I'm going to put this onto my desktop. Where is it? Top here. Okay, then I'm just going to call this one here Planner 6x9. And then I'm just going to hit save, and that will then save it as a zip folder on my desktop. And here it is right here. I'm just going to right click it and extract the content. So I'll be right back while I do that. Okay, so here's the extracted content, and the one we're going to be looking for is going to be the actual image itself. We're going to open that up and have a quick look at that image, and this image will tell us the dimensions we need to look at. The dimensions we're going to be looking at is 12.385 by 9.250. So that's what the dimensions we're going to be looking at. We're going to get rid of that. In fact, I'll open up the PDF section so that I can just copy it straight from there. Just go there, copy that. And then the next step is to go over here to Canva. I'm going to click on here. Now along the top line here, you'll see this one which says customize size. Click on that. And what we need to do is go down here to inches. Now we need to do that first, because if you don't do that first, it'll muck it up. Now I'm going to go put in the dimension size just there. 12.385. And this one here will be 9.250. So we'll just copy that. We go 9.250, and we'll keep that in inches, and then we'll go bang. And what that'll do is it'll open up a blank template for us, which is exactly what we want. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is upload a file. So just click on upload. Now all you need to do here is go here to upload file. Go over to the file where you're keeping it, which is on my desktop in this case. And we'll go to Planner 6x9, that's the one. And in this particular case, we're going to be uploading the image. We'll do that. Wait for it to wake up, and then we'll just put that straight into here. Now I'm going to take this to the top corner, and then drag this down to the bottom corner. Now, as you can see, that fits perfectly. Now, we're going to keep that as is. We're not going to make that any lighter color or anything like that. Now, next thing I want to do is to create basically a white cover to go, or a white square to go to the top of that. Okay, so we're going to go here. Or in fact, what I might do is put down a background. I'm going to put in a background and just hit that and see what it comes up with. These are nice. Oh, I like this one. Now, these are all pro. You can look for ones that are free if you have only a free account. But I'm going to go for, say, this one looks like it might be a free one. So go for that one. This is nice. Take that to the top corner, drag that across to the bottom, and then we'll drag that across to the side like that. Beautiful. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go over here to where it says transparency while I'm still clicked on that. Then we're going to reduce the transparency. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to see the guidelines. This line here in particular, the one in the center, is the guideline for the spine. So let's go back over here to elements. We'll get rid of the background. And we want to be able to get this here and put that in the center. So I'm going to get that, drag that into the center so that it lines up with that. And we're going to drag that over just a little bit. Now if we need to, which I will need to do, I'm going to scroll in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. You see those dotted lines? That's where the spine folds. And you don't want to have this over the top of that. So I'm going to go there and put that to where the dotted lines are. There we are. We go back up to the top and we can now drag that all the way to the very top. And if we scroll down, we can then drag that all the way down to the bottom. There we are. That is now all the way down to the bottom. Now, the next thing we want to do is I'm just going to scroll back, holding down my control key and allowing me to bring that back. Next thing I want to do is go over here to the elements again, and I want to be able to put an element right there. Now the reason I'm doing that is that's where the barcode goes, and I just want a guide as to where the barcode is, because when I make this opaque, I'm not going to be able to see where the barcode ends. So by having that there, it then gives me an indication as to where everything is. Now, next thing I want to do is get this and put that in around about there, give or take. Take that across. Maybe bring it in a little bit more. That'll do. And drag that down to the very bottom. Now we want to make sure we give them enough room so that we can put our blurb in here and also have that there. So this one here won't be large. I won't be keeping that there. I will be moving that. And I'll do is change the color of this now. We'll make that one white. Or in fact, what I might do I'm going to keep it as white. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is make this background opaque again. Now that we have all the elements we want in there, might move that over a little bit more to the left so it's more central. That's actually, I might just scroll in a little bit more so I can get a better view. I'm hold the shift key down. It'll allow me to get a bit more. What was it? The control key. Now the control key allows me to line it up better. That'll do. Now just scroll back a little bit. Okay, now let's opaque this by clicking on that and hitting that and taking that all the way back up to there. There we have it. Now we have all the elements we need. Remembering this is where we can drag that down just a tiny bit more. There we go. We want to make sure that is not covered because that's where the barcode goes. Okay, now let's go over here. Let's add something here. I'm going to start adding some more elements. I'm going to go weekly planner. I'm just going to go planner. There we are. Now let's have a bit of a scroll through here and have a look at the types of things we have. We're going to see all. And I actually quite like that one. That's a pro one. You can go for the ones that are free if you want to. Well, this one here looks like it might be free. Let's grab that one and drag that down. That's beautiful. That's awesome. It's inside the lines. That's what we want to see. Beautiful. Okay, let's now go grab another element. Because I'm a paid member, I will grab this one. But if you find something else that you think might suit you, if you're not a paid member, you can grab something else. Now I'm going to take this over, shrink this down, and I might put this one, grab this one, bring it forward just a little bit. There we are. And I might even just shrink this down just a little bit. Make it a tiny bit smaller, and maybe even centralize it a bit more. That's good. Do the same for this one, centralize it a bit more. Yep, that's great. Now, next thing we can do is add a, let's get back over here, get rid of that. Grab that and put that in the center. And we're going to be making this the title page. This is where we're going to be putting the title. Dragging it across. Remembering we don't have to keep this coloring. We can change everything here. I'm just going to grab that, put it around about there. And what I want to do now is go over here to my color picker. I have a color picker that I tend to choose. Click on that, and I'm going to go grab something from here. Just choose a basic color. I'm going to copy that. And we're going to be making that the color. We'll get rid of that. Make that the color that we're going to be needing. So we just click on this section here. Click on that. And what I want to do is go Control V. And you see how that now blends it in quite nicely. It makes it look like it's a part of the cover. Now we're going to be grabbing some text. Now, of course, I want to grab a heading text. We're going to be putting that in here. I want to try and line that up if we can with that rectangle. There we are. Grab the text, drag it over, perfect. Okay, so we're going to go weekly planner. And we might drag that up just a tiny bit more, just to make it look a bit nicer. We can also drag that down just a little bit more, just to give it a bit more room. Now let's add a subtitle here. Subheading. Now that subheading is going to go underneath that. And we might even say, let's make sure that lines up with that one. Drag that into there so it fits in with that rectangle. Oops, goes out a bit more. There we are. Okay, so with the subheading, weekly planner, organize your week. Easily organize your week. Now, the next step we will need to do is to go over here to ChatGPT. And I already have a prompt that I want to put in there. I'll have a quick read of what that prompt is, and then you'll understand what it's about. Let me just grab that prompt. Bring it over here. Please write an Amazon blurb for the back of a low content book for a weekly planner. Each day has times so the person who buys the planner can jot down the day's tasks and not double book themselves. Make it keyword optimized and give me a list of keywords you use in the blurb. Be sure to use the most prominent keywords more than once in the blurb. Give me the keywords first, then under the keywords, write the blurb. So that's the one I'm going to be putting straight into ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT 4. Then I'm going to go there, and then we're going to get it to write us up this blurb. Keywords first, and then it's going to write up the blurb. Now, the reason I do that is because I want to make it keyword optimized. Okay, so what I'll need to do now is just copy that. I'm going to put this straight into a text document. I'll be right back. Now, the reason I'm just going to pop this straight in there. Now, the reason I want to use that is because if I try to copy that straight from here into here, it'll just look funky. So by putting it into a text document, I can just copy it and it'll just go straight where I want it. And it won't look funky. It'll just do what it's meant to do. Okay, so we're going to go here. Now let's first of all add some text. Let's add a subheading here. We don't want it to be overly big, so we're going to put that in here. We're going to go weekly planner. You go to here, easily organize your week. I'll make this line here a bit smaller. You need to highlight over the top of this to make it work. So highlight over the top of that, make it a bit smaller. And as you can see, it fits in beautifully. Okay, so now what we're going to do is grab that blurb. We're going to get a bit more text. Now we're going to be doing the body text. We're going to drag that up to here. That is absolutely perfect. Let's now take it away from the center. There we are. And let's go Control V. That fits beautifully. Now if you want to, you can also expand this. To do that, all you have to do is just make that bigger. But what I'm also going to do is I might take that up just a little bit more. What I'm also going to do is drag that over here to the side, and then that takes it down to the bottom of the page. Now we don't want it to be exactly right where the block finishes, so we need to bring that in just a tiny bit. There we have it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that, as that no longer needs to be there. Now another thing you can do if you want to is you can actually add down the bottom here. You can add a thing about the week. Now one thing I might also do is get that color picker again, copy that color, go back over, click on, oops, get rid of that, click on that one there, and we'll put that color right in there as well, because we want to know where the spine is. So let's go here, let's go Control V, so that it changes it. There we are. And as you can see, it does put a distinct line going through there, and that's exactly what we want. And that's essentially finished. Now all we need to do now is add one more thing. I might put body text over here, put it down to 60 pages. That'll do. Doesn't have to be huge. And then we're now finished. I'm just going to grab all of this. I'm going to now copy over the top of that, and I'll make sure that everything's all lined up looking beautiful, and it is. Okay. Now what we need to do now is we can now download this as a printable PDF. And that's something you really need to think about. It does need to be a printable PDF. So when you go here, you'll see it comes up as PNG. Make sure it says PDF print. Click on that, and then you can download it to the folder you're keeping this particular file. In just a moment, it'll come up, and next week we'll be able to go through on how to actually upload it onto Amazon. And then once we've done that, we'll also make sure that you have some more descriptions and so forth that we can put in there, which are going to be optimized to go into Amazon KDP. Now, the reason I want the keywords here right now is this can now be used as part of next week's schedule when I go to upload it into Amazon. All right, guys. If you got some value out of this video, how about you smash the like button, as well as subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when we upload more videos. Hey, while you're at it, why not consider sharing, and also leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of this method of creating book covers in Canva. Also, to let you know that right here is a video I believe you might like. Down here is a video YouTube thinks you might like. And right here, well, that's an image of my head. If you click on that, you will be able to subscribe. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.